let's have a coffee and discuss your first 3 months at SAVF as Head of Finance. You joined us on the 5th of January this year, and I think you were quite surprised because the first thing that we did is we had an exco meeting at 8 o'clock and we started discussing business right away. And even in that first week, we had a visit to Heidelberg where we started to look at business going forward. Can you give us an overview of your background, where you come from, and how did you end up in SAVF?
Yes, Adriaan, it feels as if I've been here longer than 3 months, but actually in a good way. I was introduced into this company on a very special way, personal and on a work level. I enjoyed it very much. I think if you look at my background, I was in teaching for about 12 years, qualified teacher. I then qualified further into BComt, did my honors in financial management. I was busy in corporate for many years, and the last part, managing my own business in accounting, and then met you guys and discussed your plan forward. So very privileged, thank you.
So it's very clear to me that we made exactly the right decision to invite you to join us, and we are looking forward to have a long and very prosperous career with you as Head of Finance. I have already alluded to the fact that you started running on the first day, but can you give us an overview of what happened in the past 3 months? How did you approach and what happened?
Yeah, Adriaan, I was thrown into the deep end right away. As you mentioned, we had an exco on the first day. First week, we went and visited a facility in Heidelberg. And then the Monday that next week, I went through to Volksrust to go and sort out some issues there for a few days. So yeah, it was pretty interesting, all new to me, but with the assistance of staff and the people on the ground, we managed and sorted out all the issues that we had. Yeah, but it was a good 3 months. Then just falling into the work environment and carrying on from there.
Since you joined us, we had the opportunity to discuss the journey of change. And what's your view on our strategy?
Yes, Adriaan, I believe the journey of change provides you with a good foundation with the game plans that you provide to understand the strategy. Through the videos on the SAVF website, you've got a clear indication on where you need to go to. And it helps you rethink your income and expenses when you're working with budgets, for instance, to align yourself with this vision that you have for the business.
As you very well know, the strategy for the next 2 to 3 years of the organization is to become sustainable and to stay sustainable. And for that, we have to grow the organization. And to grow the organization, we have to find a new business model. And now we are busy implementing the business model. To assist us with the implementation, we have developed the game plans, as you very well know them by now. Game plan 1, stabilize and optimize. Game plan 2, reposition and grow. And game plan 3, alternative sources of income. In your interaction with the various boards from January, do you see that boards have implemented these game plans in the new business models or in the new budgets?
Yes, Adriaan. So most of our facilities, we realize that they're stabilized, but there are a few that's still stabilizing. And however, the focus is on optimization and repositioning. And we're trying to get the boards and the facilities to make sure that within their budgets, they align with those guidelines that we give them. Adriaan, but you have a presentation that illustrates this very well.
Gert, this slide shows the position of SAVF's old age homes relative to some of the other players in the market. They all compete on price versus service, attitude, value, and the status of facilities. The higher the price, the higher the expectation. Scrutinizing the map of graph, you can see the opportunity in the extended market. Current economic conditions affect pensioners across the income line. This has created an opportunity for SAVF. One can increase revenue by more than one way. Increase the price of service to the current customers or consider opportunities in the rest of the market. SAVF cannot increase the current rates above the normal market conditions. We have therefore decided to embark on exploring the opportunities in the extended market. This strategy ticks more than one box. It will not only enable us to generate more income, but will implicitly help us to reposition SAVF into a new position in the market. We decided to implement the following strategy. We will pursue the opportunities in the extended market. The strategy is to build a competitive advantage by focusing on our objectives. We will ensure that each facility offers superior service by staff with an approachable attitude, that we offer our clients value, and that we do this in what we define as a family-friendly facility. Fulfilling this strategy will make all our facilities attractive to the new targeted market and enable us to charge market-related rates. Have we understand the needs of our clients that lives in our homes for the aged? And the way that we differentiate ourselves is to make sure that the services that we offer in our homes makes provision for the client of 2050. We look at and focus on various things in those homes and we improve on them. Like as an example, there is a need for rooms with bathrooms in them, and we change those rooms and we add the bathrooms. But in general, we work on our objectives, the service, the attitude, the value that we offer, and the status of the building to make sure that we differentiate ourselves in the market, in that price point, to become the organization of choice for the older persons industry.
Adriaan, from our 2025 and 2026 years results, we can clearly see that Game Plan 1 and 2 is being implemented. Now, Game Plan 3 is what you and Graham are driving, and that will become part of our business later. Can you give us a little insight on what Game Plan 3 entails?
The new business model of SAVF is what differentiates us, and what makes us really different is what we refer to as Game Plan 3. And you know what we do as far as Game Plan 3 is we position organizations and companies, it can be NGOs or PTYs, around SAVF that does business, and the focus of that organization and those organizations is to bring the net income back into the organization and to use that to fund our outreach activities. And no other organization that I know of is doing this. So that is what makes us very unique. And yes, we have had very exciting initiatives that started to roll in the moment that I actually positioned our strategy in 18 months ago. So since then, we have had 3 new homes for the aged organizations that joined us. Although they are part of Game Plan 1 and 2 and that they form part of our core business, we also see them as part of Game Plan 3, and we will drive them until we are clear and sure that they can become part of our core business. We have received our first subacute license for a subacute hospital in Potchefstroom, and we will now initiate that initiative. We started the SAVF Academy, the Check ID initiatives, the Crafe 1904 rebranding of our charity shops. But now, very exciting, the Oog project that we've been talking about so much, but that is now moving into operational phase where we will generate and build 380 new homes and add a memory care center to the facility at Naarden-Spruit. The initiatives that we are currently engaging on at the Oog in Mugepong made us realize that we have to rethink the way that we do business within South Africa as an organization. We know that some areas are degrading and we are battling to sustain ourselves from a service point of view. Other areas in the country is growing. So now we are focusing on identifying those growth areas in the various provinces, and we are rethinking how do we position ourselves to make use of these opportunities. And that is what guides us in terms of where are we going to be positioned in 50 to 100 years from now, but we have to start doing that repositioning now.
Adriaan, that sounds so exciting, and April being the end of the financial year and opportunities for new growth. I'm looking forward to visiting the 5 provinces with their conferences coming up and meeting the boards and the facilities members and the staff. Let's make 26-27 financial year a year of opportunities.
I would again like to make use of the opportunity to welcome you as a member of Exco, the head of finance, into the organization. And I'm sure you're going to have a very, very good career in SAVF. I have a number of surprises up my sleeve, and I promise you, I will not disappoint you if you attend conferences in 2026. And I want to thank you for joining in another session of Coffee with the CEO.